Yeah, I get asked this question all the time, like all the time. How do you do it? You have 12 kids. Well, I'm about to have 13, right? Because I have one growing in the belly, like I've said. People always ask me that. Why am I talking so fast? I don't know. Slow it down, Michelle. Okay, so here we go. I get asked at least once a day, how do you do it all? I don't understand. I just have one kid, two kids, three kids, five kids, and I can't keep up. How do you do it all? And I simply say, one day at a time. That's how I do it all. But then I got asked this so much, I started thinking, well, what is it that they really want to know? Because maybe one day at a time isn't enough of an answer. So I kept thinking about it and I thought, what in the heck are they asking me for? Like, what do they mean? How do I do it all? Do you mean how do I clean everything? And how do I keep up with all the routines and all this stuff? So guess what? I would do Fly Lady style and I got everything done, and people still ask me, how do you do it all? And I was like, posting all these videos on YouTube, and those don't even seem to be the one that people are looking at the most. That's not what they want to know. They want to know in here, how do I do it all? Because we get on that brink of just collapse, where we just want to throw in the towel, run away, get away, and just be done, right? Because sometimes that's just the truth of the matter. You have so much going on, whether you have kids or not, but we just get so much locked into our life, and we have so much going that we just feel overwhelmed. We feel underpaid, underappreciated, and it just seems like we can't get it all done. But really, it's about your mindset, right? It's about changing your mind just a little bit. But there are days when that doesn't even work. I mean, I can read self-help books, I can watch self-help videos, I can get myself ready for the day every day, make sure I shower, I can eat right, take my vitamins. I mean, really taking care of me is a huge part of how I do it all. Because if I feel good, and I look good, I just can do so many more things every single day. Like I can get more accomplished. I'm not afraid to go anywhere. It doesn't matter if somebody comes to the door. I'm just able to handle things as they come. And it's just so much easier. And having things taken care of, just like the chores of the home and the errands that need to be done and the kids' papers signed and all that, it just seems to work a lot better. But you know what's funny is that when I think about the mental portion of it, well, that changes things a little bit. Oh, so you mean, how do I do it? Like, how do I keep from going crazy? How do I keep from going bonkers? That is a whole different ball of wax. And I'll tell you exactly what I do, because you know what? There is a trick to it. There is a few things that I do that you might like. So here it goes. Are you ready? When I'm having a really bad day and I just am overwhelmed and I've done so much and I've worked my little heart out and I can do no more, and I wake up and I am just shot and I can't face it. I don't feel bad at all. I will do the bare bones, the minimum things that have to be done. I'll be like, if I can just get the kids off to school, if I could just feed the kids breakfast, or if I can just throw this load of laundry in, great. But sometimes I just veg out completely, and I give myself a free pass, almost like a get out of jail free, or like just a blow the day. And I do whatever I want. And usually, if I'm so fried, I will just do this. Now, where I got this idea was because I have a really good friend. I just love her dearly. And she has some kind of a chromosome problem, or something, maybe is what they say, and she has to take medication for it, and when she doesn't, she goes loopy. And I know what that means, because I go loopy sometimes too. But she gets loopy, and then her husband thinks she's crazy, and he takes her down to checks her into the crazy farm, right? Just to the facility where they treat people with mental problems. And so I went down to see her, and all that she does while she's down there is sit down in these pajamas, right? Like in this uniform they put her in, and she just watches TV, right? Or they play checkers, or they play some game, they eat meals, and they just sit around vegging out all day. And I was like, well, I mean, there was a day I was having just like, I was ready to snap. Like, I just had it with everything, and there was just tempers flaring and issues in the family and just things that were just going awry. And everything just seemed to be really chaotic. And I just couldn't take one more day of it. And so I just said, you know what? I feel like I could check into a loony bin just like my friend did. And I just thought, well, what good would that be? Because once I get in there, they're not going to let me out for days and days and days. I mean, like, you have to have all the doctor's okays and you have to see all these therapists, all this stuff to make you so that you can actually get out of there. And I could be in there for a couple of days to a couple of weeks. And I know myself well enough now that these things come in waves. And I get these loopy days every once in a while, sometimes more than others. And sometimes it's just because I've done way too much and I haven't asked enough people to help. And I'm just trying to carry a lot on myself, and it just eventually breaks you down. You know, you can only carry so much weight on the bridge and eventually it's going to collapse. So when that happens, I just say, I'm going to pretend that I checked into the loony bin and I am just going to veg out and I'm going to read whatever books I want. And I can read stacks of books all day long if I want. I can get on my iPad and I can watch videos. I can go on YouTube and do a binge day. I can do whatever I want. I could study stuff. I can do anything I want to. And that is the best part. And if I just want to eat Cheez-Its all day, or if I just want to eat ice cream, or I just want to eat, I just want to go out to eat instead of, fixing dinner, or I just want to have a food brought to me, I can do whatever I need to do to get past that funk that I'm in. And that's all it is a funk. Sure, maybe there's some people that need medication, but I haven't found anything that lasted more than a day. Nothing that going to bed earlier that day or taking 3 or 4 naps, whatever. And guess what? The kids survived. The kids were fine because I still have ready-made food. There's always frozen burritos or corn dogs or something easy to make, or even ready-made meals that are easy to make in the freezer, or there's bread and peanut butter and jelly. There's stuff that the kids can eat. They're gonna survive. And they can watch TV too. I have more than one device that they can use. So then they can watch TV too. And then they are able to just have a veg out day as well. And then everyone's happy. And I can just go to bed early and I can start over the next day with a new, fresh happiness and joy, and then I don't even have to feel guilty. I mean, probably the first couple times I did this, I felt guilty, but I really could tell it was good for me. And it was almost like I skipped school day or something like that. I don't know, but it was rejuvenating, and I highly, highly recommend it for anyone who needs a break. Like, veg out, call into work, whatever, and just do whatever the heck you want. And that's how I do it. I'm very careful with making sure I take care of myself and making sure that my basic needs are met. But on those days when I am fried and I need a break, that's what I do. If you have any questions, feel free to pop them up. I'll be on here for a couple more minutes. But I just really was thinking about this because I get asked that question so much, so often. How do you do it all? You have all these kids. I mean, think about it. I have 12 kids, right? My oldest is 28. My youngest are 6-year-old twin boys. They're my only set of twins. And I have 7 of them that are still in school, 2 in high school, 1 in middle school, 4 in elementary. And then I have 4 or 5 adult children. And then, 5 adult children. And the one has a baby, and she's also expecting her second. And then, just a second, I'll answer that. And then I have a son that has a baby, 2 babies now. And I am on social media. If you want to look for me there, you can find me at Got Kids. I have actually a Facebook page for that, and you can find me there really easy. Shoot, I don't know if the notifications are on correctly so that I can see what your comment was. Live chat. Okay, so, oh, good. That's a great idea, Angie. Getting a babysitter so you could just listen to music for a couple hours and just veg out. That is a great idea. I do that a lot. That's like a lot of my just get me through. We'll just have a dance party, just turn on music and just dance around. And that's really fun and exciting. But I'm talking about even past that point. Hopefully, you've never been there, and maybe you never will be. I have so much crap in my history. I'm sure that's where it comes from. There's even a lot of depression that runs in my family, but I really just take a lot of vitamins, and it seems to combat a lot of it. I throw that magnesium in my water, and it just really helps. But there are still some days where that bridge is just ready to collapse. Then, so with that amount of kids and great, three, almost four grandkids, and then now expecting my 13th baby, it's just a lot. And it's okay. Maybe some people have a lot of kids and they can just fly through it, and they just do it really easy, and they're highly on top of things, and that's great. Me, I just know I love kids. I love them so much. I feel like they are a blessing from God. Every child you have, and children are a blessing no matter how they come, and that's why I just keep having them. I don't know if I'll have any more, but this one was a surprise, and I don't mind. I'm getting used to it, and I'm getting kind of excited, and that's exciting. Just, having that long break was a little bit hard, and then just jumping right back into it. Maybe it'd be akin to, not working for a long time, and then you have a situation where you have to be thrown back into work, and it's just a little bit to get used to, so you just got to get used to juggling it. And actually, I think that's kind of how it is every time I have a baby. Every time you add a new member of the family, you've got to give yourself a little break for a minute, because it's going to take a while to just juggle things and just realize it's going to take a while to get used to this new person in the family and the schedule that they have and the time they require, and just about juggling. And then you find out, oh, well, I need to move washing the laundry at this time, and I need to move, I need to move up on family dinner and make sure I have it ready before dinner time. You just get to juggling things so that you can do so much better. That's so cool, Angie. She just said that she was told she couldn't have any kids, and she has 3. Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. I'm so excited for you. That's so great. And I think anybody who's willing to even have one baby is amazing, let alone 3, 4, 5, whatever. I'm not competing with anybody. It's not a competition. I just had to do this, right? Because I was called when I was very young, and I just knew I had to do it in my heart. And I'm so glad I did. I have loved getting to know each and every one of these kids and their personalities and how different they are, and yet in so many ways they're the same. And they maybe don't appreciate it. Maybe things are a little tough right now. Like our car, we don't have air conditioning that works very good in it. It's a kind of an older car. I've done a video on that. It's kind of in my Wacky Wednesdays, because it's so funny. This car my husband bought for our family, and it's an older car. And we live in Vegas, so the temperature gets really hot, and we don't have a really good air conditioning, and that sucks. I mean, that's just hard. So I try not to drive around a lot during the day unless we're going to like Cowabunga Bay or something where we could cool down. But on a day-to-day basis, I just got to keep the air conditioning low and just keep my trips real short. So anyways, blah, blah, blah. That's just a bunch of little side notes. And I just wanted to let you know that it's okay when you want to just hang in the towel for the day. I have friends, and I know people. Well, my mom had a friend, I remember, when I was younger, and she had a couple of kids, and I don't know if things were just bad with her and her husband. I don't know if things were bad with her and her kids or what, but her kids were like 10 and 8, and she walked out and never looked back. She didn't want custody of her kids. She just walked away from that life, and I just think, oh my gosh, how do you do that? And I'm like, she must have been a bridge that collapsed and didn't even take a rehab day. She didn't even take a mental health day. She didn't take a fix it day. She didn't take a pamper me day. Yeah, talk about underappreciated. And I think that if we as women can take more time for ourselves to appreciate ourselves and to appreciate our role, and just realize, hey, if you have a 9-to-5 job and you work 5 to 7 days a week at a job that's paying you every day, you're going to get the weekend off. What do we get off? Nothing, unless we take it off. And you might get a vacation once, twice, even 3 or 4 times a year if you're really in a great position away from your kids and maybe with your kids. But that's not the same as just taking time for you. So make sure that you make you number one, and that you are really good to just wrap your head around how important you are, and that really you are just one of those people who needs to take care of you. And for that, that'll be answered in my pregnancy video as we get closer to the time. It's a surprise because I have a lot of stories to tell you about my pregnancy. But today I'm just focusing on us as women. Once in a while I just pop on and I answer random questions that I keep getting asked, and I just do what I can, and I probably will switch my pregnancy videos to earlier in the morning. I'm noticing that with the kids, because 4 of them are going to be homeschooled, those 4 little ones, and 3 of them are home now. So they're doing their chores right now, and when I go downstairs, I'll check, make sure everything's done, and then we'll start our school. So about 9 o'clock, and that's where we're at. So I just really, really, really wanted to share that with you, to just let you know that I realize that's what you want to know, is how I do it, and that's how I do it. I cheat and I take a break, and that's okay. I also do things like I take whatever my teenager kids are, about 10 and 11 years old, I will just take them out at least once a month, if not more. And we'll just, if they need something for school, I'll go take them shopping, and then we'll go to lunch, or I'll just have a little lunch date with them. I just try to spend time with them more. They need one-on-one time even more. The little kids think it's one-on-one time when I'm just playing games with them. So I think it's really good just to try to juggle everything and figure it all out. So it's just really great. Well, be sure to like this video, subscribe, and if you can, share it with your friends, because I want to help as many women as I can, especially women, so that they can feel better about themselves and be happier and have joy in their journey as women. And it's just such a pleasure to be able to working with you guys and to be talking to you all and working this out together, because it's not easy, right? But that's all I have for now. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Have a great day. It was nice to talk to you. Be sure to keep commenting. I love that. I love being able to interact with you, and just have a great day. See you soon. Bye-bye.